going on.
Like I said, some of those, like in Medina, and the same things happen in Worcester. When people start coming downtown, all of a sudden you do have an issue with parking, which is a good, it's a problem, but it's a good problem, it's a bad problem at the same point. But most of those sitting there, when you have a good relationship with the cities and what the cities are trying to do, and they're on the same agenda, those solutions start to happen when you're planning and saying, hey, we've got this part earmarked, or we're going to go ahead and purchase that with our funds. So we see something like that coming. Those are all the development things that happen. If everybody's working on the same page, you're starting to look for those things. You're starting to see things before they become a huge problem, where you already start to have solutions for them. If it was just Mike coming in here and doing a development on here and then saying, okay, what am I going to do with parking now? That would be a problem. But if everybody's working together all the way through, you see those things. But those are problems that developed over time, though, too. So they're not an instant problem, but they do need to be projected.
I just have one comment to make.
I'm sorry.
I just wanted to remind everybody that not only do we have fishing, but we have a tremendous birding community.
Absolutely.
And they bring a tremendous amount of money to our area in the spring and in the fall. So I think they also would like this. They also would like this concept, because there are a lot of women who bird, but their husbands don't.
Again, I want to thank everybody and thank you for your comments, and also thanks to Craig Trick, who has been after me for quite a while.
I was wondering why he was being quiet.
So we thank him as well.
Actually, I just wanted to kind of observe and listen to what everybody was saying. A few years back, I didn't even know who Mike Rose was, and I was down in Medina on business and became intrigued with their town square. I mean, I looked around, I saw these beautiful old buildings, all restored to their original splendor. I saw people, I saw activity. I mean, the people were friendly. I saw things that I don't see in most old downtowns. So I started asking questions, and I found out that this gentleman right here, Mike Rose, was the catalyst behind all of it. So a few years later, I had the opportunity to meet Mike, and the more time I spent around Mike and saw his projects, the more I was intrigued and the more I was impressed by, one, the quality of his projects, two, the success of his projects, and three, the way his projects were able to breathe new life into dying downtowns. And from that point, I was like, I got to get Mike to Port Clinton. And it took 2 years or more. And needless to say, I was thrilled this past year when Mike was able to come up here. And I do know there is a long list of communities that are begging Mike to come and invest into their downtowns. So it's a privilege for us to have Mike here. It's an opportunity that I hope we as a community don't waste. I have confidence, and I give all of our council and our mayor credit for taking the time to take a field trip down to Worcester, talk to the people. As Mike said, Mike can tell you anything he wants to tell you. Talk to the communities where Mike's been involved. That's where you're going to get the real story. And it doesn't matter who you talk to in these communities. I mean, they have nothing but great things to say about Mike as a person. They have nothing to say but great things about the quality of his work and the impact that it's had to their dying downtowns. So the opportunity's here. I hope we take advantage of it. I think for too many years, we as a town have sat back and done nothing, and we've continued to see our town decay and go in the wrong direction. So thank you.
Before we close the meeting tonight, I just want to remind you all that there are 7 people sitting up here that represent you. So if you go home tonight and you think a question, think about something or a comment that you wished you had made tonight and you didn't, call your councilman. Tell them your opinion. Let them hear what you're thinking. Are we done?
Can I say goodbye?
You can.
I just want to say goodbye. Just to back up what Linda was speaking on, your council people play a very important role, and they need to hear from you. They are your voice. Don't be afraid to talk to them. We'll have other meetings. They're looking for your input. it doesn't take just these 7 people, the mayor, the administration to put this together. It takes a community. That's been stated over and over again up here. It's very important to have your input. This presentation was brought to council the same time the community was brought, for a reason, because you're that important. We need to hear from you. We want to hear from you. It's very, very important. We don't do this alone. We can't be everything to everybody. So it takes all of us as a community. I can't thank you enough for everyone coming out tonight. This is very impressive. It only proves what I believe, that everyone in this community really cares about this community. So I can't thank you enough. Have a good night.